Hey, shuckalaka kapow, how's it going, old schoolers? You're kicking it old school with Russell JS. And I am your host, Russell JS. I got yet another album battle royale. Two of the big four are going to duke it out. This is a huge shout out to my boy, Danny McFadden, local here in Cape Coral. Me and him went to school together. We're talking about future collaborations. And, like this, Danny, this is going to be a shout out to you, bro. I don't have the exact two albums you wanted me to review, but rest assured, when I get them, I am going to review them and I'm going to do another shout out for you. Till then, the two big four that are going to duke it out both came from the year 1986. I'm talking about Metallica, Master of Puppets. Yeah, I have the CD version of Master of Puppets going up against the vinyl version of Slayer, Rain and Blood. Now, this is actually a reissued version of the classic Rain and Blood. I mean, Kerry King, Jeff Hanneman, Hanneman, Tom Araya, and Dave Lombardo. Oh man, LA Thrash. I mean, this is one of those albums. You know, it's funny. I'm going to get to it because there's some kind of biblical thing about it. This is one of those albums where, as a teenager growing up in the 90s, my mother was very iffy about what I bought musically because she thought I was going to become an agent of Satan. And Slayer was on the top of her list of bands that would get me to be satanic. But you know what? You want to know the cool thing about that is I could listen to any kind of music and I still go pray to God. It doesn't really matter. You can't judge books by the cover. You know what I mean? I mean, you have to really see. I mean, heck, it may be a shock value thing. The one album that the parents thought was satanic could actually be Christian. Like, I remember I had to show my mother the lyrics to Iron Maiden's song, The Number of the Beast. And she allowed me to listen to Iron Maiden because she felt that it came from Revelation, the book of Revelation in the Bible. But nonetheless, let's see Master of Puppets and Slayer, Rain and Blood. Without further ado, let's see how these badass Oscars rank out, shall we? And remember, if you're new to the channel, hit a like, subscribe, leave comments down in the box below, ring the bell for notifications, and tell your friends and family, your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, your grandma, your grandpa, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your work colleagues, your roommates, your classmates, your teachers, your supervisors, your pets, anybody who's anybody. I mean, your son, your daughter, your nephews, your nieces, anybody who's anybody that wants to kick it old school. And Danny, this is for you, buddy. In the matter of Master of Puppets versus Rain and Blood, Battery versus Angel of Death, you know what? I had to give them both a point. They are killer tracks. Master of Puppets versus Piece by Piece. Again, I mean, these are the most killer albums of these bands' career. The Thing That Should Not Be versus Necrophobic. Oh boy, here we go. These guys are tying. Welcome Home Sanitarium versus Altar of Sacrifice. Oh, Lord have mercy. Disposable Heroes versus Jesus Saves. Disposable Heroes is a good tune, but it couldn't compare to Jesus Saves. And you know what? I think next time when my mom's home, I see her, I'm going to hand her that album and say, Mom, listen to this. There's a song on there called Jesus Saves. So you know what? They get a point right there. Leper Messiah versus Criminally Insane. Leper Messiah is a good tune, but it can't compare to Criminally Insane. Orion versus Reborn. I love this track. I love that it's instrumental. I just love the way it sounds, especially if you ever saw that documentary trilogy of Paradise Lost about the Memphis West 3, who they were Metallica fans. In the first one, I forget where it was, but they play that track. And to me, it was just an awesome track for the scene. and it's going up against Reborn. And you know what? I love Reborn as well, so they're both getting points. Damage Inc. versus Epidemic. Now, Metallica stops at Damage Inc., but I looked up, there were two demos that were meant to be on the album, both from Diamond Head and Fang. The Prince and the Money will you know what I mean, but they never made the cut. And Damage Inc. is going against Epidemic, so there's a point right there. And let's see, now here we go with the two covers. You know, the Prince, it was okay, but going up against Postmortem, it has to lose. And the Money will roll right in versus the title track, Raining Blood. I'm sorry, but that loses to Raining Blood. And the final score of this album versus album, track by track, Metallica with 6 points, and you got Slayer, Raining Blood with 10 points. Sorry, diehard Metallica fans, but I'm sure you'll be okay to know that still Slayer kicks. So there you have it. The end result, Raining Blood wins. And you know, my buddy Danny McFadden, who lives here in Cape Coral, well, actually in North Fort Myers, but we went to school together. You know, he was watching my videos. He's like, dude, you know, he was telling me, he's like, you know, you got to get stuff going, like a spreadsheet for merch, for hats and t-shirts, etc. And I was like, well, when I get up to about 1,000 subscribers, I can make that happen. Until then, I got to keep making the videos, keep getting people interested, and keep doing what I'm doing. And then once I reach 1,000, that's when I'll start the spreadsheet. And I'm also thinking about, you know, going down to one of those arts and crafts stores to get a drawing pad so I could do like little cartoons for, you know, like how I do the Kicking It Old School. And, you know, I think I'll be doing that sometime soon, you know, so I could make t-shirts and things and merch. But till then, you know, it's like this isn't my daytime gig. My daytime gig is working at a furniture warehouse in Fort Myers, Florida, and probably sometime in the near future, I think I might be temporarily doing Uber on the side, you know, just do a side hustle. But other than that, I keep working and I keep trying to pump out as many videos as possible. And Danny, like I said, this is for you, bud. This, you know, this one is for you, all right? I mean, you also got to give me a link to your son's, you know, YouTube channel. That way I could go ahead and bring it to the viewers, and you know, we could help each other out. We can collab. I got a lot of things in the works for us to collab on. But at this point right now, Ollie over there, he's gonna be looking to go out soon so he could go do his business. And I got to clean up a little bit. So as always, I want you to keep it real, keep it fresh, keep it chill, keep kicking it old school, listen to old school music, play old school video games, watch old school movies and TV shows. Keep, you know, get you enough of love, get you enough of peace, get you enough of tranquility, less drama, no drama, less chaos, no chaos. And as always, Godspeed. May the force be with you always. And shakalaka kapow!